Setting up a brand new digital marketing campaign is one of the most complicated, complex parts of the entire process of the lifespan of a client. So it's so imperative to get it right. We have conversations all the time because of our bespoke solutions for businesses. We don't do the cookie cutter standard packages. It really is custom, and every business truly is different in what their needs and requirements are and what existing systems they already have. Here's an example of a typical conversation in our office about a new client.
Swapping out a website refresh.
I would say just setup goes into setting up the website to ensure it's in a position to facilitate our campaign, because we're going to be driving traffic there. We don't want to drive traffic to a Canadian website with American stock photography on the site.
No, it looks terrible.
It looks terrible.
The site looks trash.
So what we'll want to do is make sure that that client and that website is in a position to manufacture leads as cheap and as easy as possible.
Here's the thing. So that's true, but our goal is also to do leads through landing pages. Would you include the landing page development? I would in setup. I would say, like, look, you need landing pages to get lead forms.
I guess that would be in setup. I mean, the setup, yes, absolutely, because the setup is setting you up for the campaign. Yeah.
So what you just saw in that clip was a clip of myself and Dave having a conversation. And for those that don't know, Dave's my right-hand man, has been since I started my business back in 2016. We were having a conversation about the onboarding of a client. And I thought this was a very interesting topic to talk about, because I think a lot of agencies out there do this wrong, especially when you itemize services and say you do SEO and social and this and that, and you just go by these line items on a proposal, where the focal point really needs to be, what is that conversion objective for the campaign? And that should, above all else, that should be the most important thing, is how can we drive down lead costs, generate as many leads as possible for the client to put them in a position for success. So why should you limit yourself to just, a website? Or why should you not create landing pages? I think a great example of this is, like, if a client has a very small budget, rather than eating up that entire budget with a management fee and having a very low amount to go to ad spend, you almost need to reduce the management fee and make it work within, the capacity of what you're able to deliver on. Right? So an example of that might be the case that we talked about in that video, where we have a client that wants to do paid advertising with us. And we're talking about delivering traffic to an actual website, but the website is not really conducive for generating conversions, because maybe the keywords we're trying to get in front of, there's not a direct match to the website. So in some cases, we might want to have a specific keyword match up with the landing page that we're creating for that keyword, right? So if somebody has a problem with, like, plumbing in my bathroom, well, that landing page that we're driving that traffic to should be specific to plumbing in the bathroom, right? As opposed to some sort of a generic repair site, right? This is going to help increase conversions, because at the end of the day, we're trying to get that message to marry up with the person seeing it as closely as possible. This is what gets people to convert. So when we set up a campaign, we want to be able to create different landing pages. We want to make sure the website loads fast and is optimized and is read. And if it's an SEO client, we need to build that SEO foundation of the website. This is imperative for starting an SEO program. Could be GoHighLevel integration. Well, it's not a matter of just integrating with GoHighLevel, but it's optimizing the GoHighLevel, ensuring proper AI automations are set up correctly before we even press that go button on a campaign, right? Simple stuff like going to a social media profile, ensuring the Facebook cover photo is optimized, ensuring, if we're running a LinkedIn campaign, ensuring the LinkedIn profile is properly optimized, right? I think a lot of agencies and businesses get this wrong when they start a campaign without doing new due diligence of setting themselves up for success. And really, so this is why we really want to pack in a lot into that setup. And it's not something we just want to rush. So when we have a lead come to us and it's like, I want to get started yesterday, how long is it going to take to get started? For us, this is a bit of a red flag, because the setup part of a campaign is the most important part. And it's the most heavy lifting, meaning that we have to get it right and make sure we check all the boxes before we press play, or we could potentially be losing that client money. If you found this video helpful, like, share, subscribe. We'll see you soon.